Pleasant good morning. Okay. Okay. Pleasant good morning to everyone. It is my distinguished honor this morning to welcome you to the judicial training in the asset recovery workshop put on by the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Government of Guyana, the Regional Security System, and the Chancellor of the Court. Honorable Chancellor of the Judiciary of Guyana, Madam Justice Janet Cummings Edwards, the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Mahabir Anil Nandal, the Chief Justice, Honorable Madam Roxanne George, Chief Justice of Guyana, Mr. Commodore Errington Sholan, the Executive Director of the Regional Security System, Justices, Magistrates, JRs, and other participants, facilitators, a pleasant welcome to you this morning. I take this opportunity this morning to welcome you to this training and hope that this training will be an insightful, practical, and discursive one where you challenge your own understanding of the law as it relates to asset recovery and financial investigations, and gain a deeper understanding as well of the legal framework as it relates to this area. I take this opportunity to welcome this morning to the podium the Honorable Chancellor of the Judiciary of Guyana, Madam Justice Janet Cummings, to deliver brief opening remarks.
Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Mr. Mahabir Anil Nandala, Honorable Chief Justice, Madam Justice Roxanne George, Mr. Errington Sherlin, Regional Security Commodore, Director of Regional Security System, Ms. Keisha Sutherland, the Asset Recovery Manager, Mr. Rich Mark Dean, Digital Forensic Lab Manager, Ms. Shanika Carrington, Legal Advisor to the RSS, judges of the Supreme Court of Judicature, commissioners of title, principal magistrates, senior magistrates, other magistrates, facilitators, judicial research assistants, and other specially invited guests. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone to the Regional Security System Asset Recovery's Financial Investigation and Asset Recovery Workshop. It is an honor indeed to see so many dedicated and distinguished legal professionals gathered in one room and to be engaged in knowledge sharing, an exercise that is aimed at enhancing our expertise in the field of asset recovery. The collaboration and cooperation which is garnered here with this organization, the regional organization as the Regional Security Organization, will yield huge benefits. The mutual assistance and the cooperation would provide a vital necessity for our regional integration, sharing of ideas, and combating crime and providing security. Guyana has signed on to the RSS in 2022, signing the protocol first and then the instrument of accession for the treaty establishing the regional security system. So we are part and parcel of this organization. Our accession and commitment to the RSS is not in doubt. I know that training has been an important component of RSS and ARU, and training also has been an important facet of our judiciary and indeed our Judicial Education Institute. We are reminded of the words that education is the most powerful weapon with which we can use to change the world. Education can inform, it can transform, it can transpose, it can translate our thought processes, our value system, our work that we do every day. And so this training fits neatly into that milieu. We are grateful for the fact that this engagement is ongoing. Just recently, we had similar training with the U.S. Embassy and the National Center for State Courts in this regard. And we know that just Guyana was undergoing evaluation, monitoring and evaluation in relation to the CFATF. Of course, the Honorable AG will be mentioning more of that. But this goes to show our commitment in this regard. Throughout the course of this training, the facilitators will explore Guyana's legal framework, going into the intricacies of investigative orders and the procedures surrounding cash seizures. Our experts and practitioners from the RSS Asset Recovery Unit will guide us through these various topics, providing practical expertise and sharing their experiences. Asset recovery process is provided for in our Anti-Money Laundering and Countering the Financing of Terrorism Act, as well as in our Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act. With our rapid economic transformation, there is increased need for collaboration among regional partners to enhance our knowledge and to apply the law across the length and breadth of this country. As we engage in discussion and interactive session, I encourage each of us to actively participate, share our perspectives, and this collaborative approach will enrich our collective understanding and strengthen our abilities to apply these principles effectively. We implore you to use this opportunity to deepen our understanding and enhance our capabilities in the areas asset recovery and for the overall benefit of the judiciary and Guyana as a whole. In closing, therefore, I would like to express sincere gratitude on behalf of the Judiciary of Guyana to the RSS, its Asset Recovery Unit, to the Attorney General, to the presenters, and all participants. Together, we take this opportunity to make a significant impact in our legal system, and I thank you and wish you a successful and productive training.
Good morning again. Thank you very much for those insightful words, Honorable Madam Justice Janet Cummings Edwards. I really do hope that this training is impactful, as you noted in your opening remarks. I now take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Commodore Errington Sholan, the Executive Director of the Regional Security System. He would be appearing virtually, so you can turn your attention to the screen. Thank you.
I will pay that as a yes. Honorable Chancellor of the Judiciary of the Republic of Guyana, Madam Janet Cummings Edwards, Honorable Chief Justice Roxanne George, Justice of the Appeal, Justice of the High Court, registrars, other members of the legal fraternity and criminal justice system, and the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, a very pleasant good morning. I didn't know it would be so difficult to deliver this brief remark virtually. I would have stayed in Guyana over the weekend because I was there on Tuesday to Friday for meetings with the leadership of the Guyana Police Force and the Guyana Defense Force, as well as we had a meeting with all of the military and police leadership of the regional security system, and also an engagement with the President. However, please permit me to just offer a few brief remarks as you embark on this training. It is certainly my distinct pleasure to address you as you embark on this important awareness journey. The gathering of legal minds represents a commitment by the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and the regional security system to the pursuit of justice, the upholding of the law, and the betterment of our legal systems, to address issues surrounding proceeds of crime and asset recovery locally, regionally, and internationally. Internationally, countries are required to comply with anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing standards, which are ever-changing. These standards include the adoption of asset recovery mechanisms and financial investigative tools into the domestic framework of the Republic, into the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. It is noted that recently the Attorney General's Chambers brought before the Parliament amendments to their legal framework for anti-money laundering and the counter-terrorist financing. The enactment of these amendments is crucial to the success of the country in its ongoing mutual evaluation. However, without demonstrating the application of these mechanisms and tools, the country would only have exemplified technical compliance but not effectiveness as required. Fundamentally, effectiveness requires a working and practical understanding of the tools and mechanisms that must be utilized. This awareness session is testament that judicial officers' understanding of these tools and mechanisms is undeniably significant excuse me, in ensuring that the principles of justice, fairness, and the rule of law are upheld in our societies. Asset recovery is a crucial process in legal proceedings aimed at reclaiming assets acquired through illegal means. Judicial officers play a pivotal role in this process. The regional security system is dedicated to sending a consistent message and signaling to criminal elements that crime does not pay, and that we will utilize every tool legally available to deprive them of their illicit gains. We continue to partner with our regional and international partners and each RSS member state, of which the Cooperative Republic of Guyana is no exception, to send that message. This awareness session is a testament to our ongoing pursuit of achieving effectiveness in this messaging. Over the course of this session, you will delve into various aspects of your legal system, from the intricacies of case law surrounding investigative strategies to support proceeds of crime investigations, to the latest development in jurisprudence and asset recovery mechanism. The exploration of these new tools and techniques, I am confident, indeed very confident, will enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of your judicial processes. But beyond the technical aspects, I implore you that you should also reflect on the ethical dimensions of your roles as judicial officers. The decisions you make in your courtrooms have a profound impact on people's lives, their rights, and their freedoms. It is therefore your duty to ensure that these decisions are not only legally sound, but also just and compassionate. Asset recovery must be done in a transparent and accountable manner that ensures that complex tracing to identify hidden assets, traversing legal complexities, and the countering of attempts to obstruct the recovery process are all done within the boundaries of the legal framework. Judicial officers must work within the existing legal framework and international agreements to ensure due process and adherence to human rights while recovering assets. As judicial officers, you are the guardians of justice, which I'm sure I need not remind you. You are entrusted with the responsibility of safeguarding the rights of the vulnerable, upholding the principles of fairness, and maintaining the integrity of the legal system. Thus, in achieving effectiveness in asset recovery, your role is one of great responsibility and immense importance. I encourage you all to actively engage in the session, to ask questions and to share your experiences, and to challenge your own understanding of the law. It is through this collective effort that we can further strengthen our judicial system and ensure that it remains a beacon of justice for all. I want to thank each and every one of you for your dedication to the pursuit of justice and for being part of this awareness session. Together, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of those who seek justice as we can continue to uphold the principles that underpin our legal system. In summary, asset recovery and proceeds of crime, investigations and prosecutions are vital tools in combating financial crime, and judicial officers are key to ensuring that the process is conducted fairly within the boundaries of the law and with a focus on justice and restitution. I wish you all well during this session and wish to assure you that the regional security system remains available to assist wherever and whenever required. I thank you, and God bless, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Executive Director Commodore Errington Shoreland, for those brief remarks. We do take your message very meaningful. We thought your message was meaningful in terms of what you implore in relation to the discussion and the sharing of experiences in relation to asset recovery and financial investigations. Now, I take this opportunity to introduce the Honorable Attorney General and the Minister of Legal Affairs, Mahabir Anil Nandal, to deliver some brief remarks. Hopefully I did not butcher.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson, Honorable Chancellor of the Judiciary, Honorable Chief Justice, Executive Director of the RSS, distinguished High Court judges, learned magistrates, the Registrar of the Supreme Court, judicial officers, other distinguished guests, members of the media, and of course, last but not least, our distinguished visitors from the Asset Recovery Unit of the Regional Security System. It is indeed an honor to be associated with this engagement. The government of Guyana, by organizing and collaborating with the Regional Security System Asset Recovery Unit in organizing this training engagement, is once again demonstrating its commitment to the rule of law and more particularly to ensuring that we have a robust financial system and we have the capabilities to tackle the new challenges that certainly will emerge from our growing and expanding economy and by extension, financial sector. I want to thank the RSS, Asset Recovery Unit in particular. I want to thank the judiciary, upper and lower judiciary, and all those who are here to participate. It demonstrates that we have a sound appreciation of the important challenges that are ahead. What is represented here is the state of Guyana's commitment to battle organized crime. After this aspect of the workshop is concluded, then we have the important law enforcement agencies who will then continue their part of the training. And that will include the Guyana Police Force, and all its various organs, including Special Organized Crime Unit, Guyana Revenue Authority, the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, the Geology and Mines Commission, Guyana Gold Board, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Guyana Revenue Authority, I think I said that, Bank of Guyana, etc. So it's a very holistic approach to training and preparing ourselves to meet the modern changes and to meet the modern obligations which Guyana as a nation state has to discharge at the international and regional level. Having examined the program that is before us, you will obviously recognize a deep emphasis on civil forfeiture and on areas such as cryptocurrency and those issues now emerging in the financial sector as part of financial investigations. In the past, we have, I suppose, at a philosophical and policy level, never really focused on civil forfeiture. Persons charged with criminal offenses go through the court, and the focus has always been to convict for the offenses charged and not necessarily pursue available remedies in terms of going after the assets that may have been acquired from proceeds of crime or that particular offense before the courts. Indeed, we didn't have, I suppose, a legislative backing. Our forfeiture law really resides in the Customs Act and to some extent in the Narcotics Psychotropic Substances Act. That's a 1988 legislation. Our Customs Act is perhaps pre-independence. So there we had quite a dated statutory regime for civil forfeiture. That has since changed. As the executive director of the RSS pointed out, last August, just a couple months ago, I piloted through the National Assembly a very comprehensive regime of civil forfeiture provisions as part of our AML-CFT Amendment Act of 2023. And I want to thank the RSS ARU, an organization that have contributed significantly in helping us to craft that regime of legislation. We also drew heavily from the National State Courts workshop, or workshops, that the Chancellor made reference to, and we took notes and learnings and guidance from the experiences that we were able to gain from those engagements. So we now have, perhaps in the Caribbean, I would say, one of the most modern expression of civil forfeiture legislation with a bias towards AML-CFT type offenses. We now have to orient ourselves from a policy perspective, and then we have to do the training to ensure that we know how to approach this, what I believe is a fairly new area of the law. Hence, the training embraces both the judiciary, the magistracy, as well as the investigating and prosecutorial arm of the state. It's a comprehensive approach. We recently completed our mutual assessment exercise by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, and this is one of the areas that has been flagged for attention. And sparing no time, when the opportunity presented itself to host this workshop, I invited it with open arms. So in the next 4 or 5 days, while the workshop is continuing, we hope to build that capacity. The government also recognizes the importance of scientific type investigation. Crime and criminality is now becoming very, very sophisticated, and we can't continue with the traditional way of investigation. Government is committed to equip our forensic laboratory, and to add to what is there already, we have imported 4 highly qualified forensic experts who are going to be attached to the lab for the next 3 years. I have also asked the University of Guyana to sit with those experts and work out a training program in forensic sciences. And these persons, when I examine their resume, they are experts in a series of forensic sciences, forensic photography, they know to examine documents, ballistic expertise, fingerprinting, and the whole area, crime scene, investigation, etc. And I'm hoping that the judiciary and the magistracy will take advantage of whatever training programs are worked out at the University of Guyana. Certainly, I will encourage the Director of Public Prosecution's Office and, most importantly, the Guyana Police Force to participate in those training sessions. I have asked the Commissioner of Police also to induct into the police training program courses that these experts can contribute to and lecture on as part of the police training program. So we have a very comprehensive approach going forward, and if I may go back again to the areas that will be considered here, you have both substantive law as well as procedural laws, and there seem to be here some of the contentious areas that will be explored. For example, determination of living expenses. How do you approach the court for the cash restraint orders and the factors that you must take into account? What amounts to reasonable suspicion? These are areas that you may not be able to find in textbooks. So whoever crafted this agenda, I believe they did so with great perspicacity and have identified very crucial areas that will be investigated and examined over the next few days. So with those brief remarks, I want to welcome you once again to this engagement, and I want to thank you, both the RSS ARU and the judiciary, for being here and for participating. And I wish this workshop all the success, and no doubt it will contribute to your work as judicial officers and will contribute generally to the administration of justice in the country. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs. I now take this is the end of the opening sessions. I just want to thank the Minister, the Executive Director of the RSS, and as well the Madam Chancellor of the Court of Guyana for being part of the opening session. We really are grateful for your presence today. We know that you're very busy persons, but you've made it here to give us these brief opening remarks. So a special thank you for making this a part of your agenda for the day. Right, so I think at this point we will close the opening remarks, and we will go into, after this session, after we've given, I think, the media the opportunity to leave, etc., we will go into the start of the program. So I will give you the opportunity, Chancellor and Minister, to leave with, well, if you wish to stay, you can stay, but if it is that you have to leave, then we will give you this opportunity to leave before we start the other session. Thank you very much.